That's why I carry a gun. Well, I have a gun, I should say. That's not really on either. Pardon me. It's not working. Oh, now it is. It's finally saying live after it's been on for 32 seconds. Just sitting there. All right. So we got a lot to talk about. Minneapolis explodes. Anti-ICE crowd. That's why.
Why?
Every time on TikTok when there's some kind of... Yeah, every time on TikTok when there's anything going on politically, the liberals go psycho thinking like TikTok is Donald Trump. So I don't know what the hell. What's up, America? What's up, Proud Boy? Well, my main account is banned. So we're going to be doing all of our politics here on YouTube. I'm never, ever going to go back and make a video on TikTok political ever again. So you guys, not you personally, but whoever the liberal were, you've ruined it. That's it. I'm never going back on YouTube or TikTok again. I will only do my archaeology and history on that one account. This is it. So I will never go back on TikTok to ever make political content again. I don't care. What's up, America? It has nothing to do with, oh, just fight more. That's my 9th account. Yes, I did. Yes. So that's my 9th account on TikTok, and I will never go back and ever make political content. So you can follow me at Sup America, and I will make my archaeology and history videos there and my space videos. But as far as politics, what's up, Nana? I will never do a political video ever on TikTok ever in my life again. That's the end of it. See you later. I had TikTok Shop. I have samples coming right now on TikTok Shop. What's up, America? I have samples, lots of them. I have like a dozen samples. I have a $200 bag of coffee I'm supposed to make a video for on TikTok Shop. And instead, somebody got butt hurt because they didn't like what I was saying. And so, yeah, that's the end of it. So I will never return to TikTok with politics. So you can follow my archaeology and my history page on TikTok, which is Sup America. What's up, BG? Yeah. But every day from now on are my politics here and my political videos here. You will never see me talk politics ever again on TikTok. It's indica. Always indica. And it's got a lot of concentrate in it. Yeah, I'm on YouTube for politics. That's it. So TikTok, Sup America for my history and archaeology. Oh, hell yeah. This account right here will always be, hell yeah, thank you, my friend. Thank you for the gifts. And I'll always be here politically only. So we'll just start. Yeah, and I can smoke here. You just have to remind me to go live here every night. So we're going to start with the news once again because apparently the liberal fucks over on TikTok had some kind of brain damage. Typical, because something is happening in the world. Yes, I will only be on YouTube. I'll never go live again ever on TikTok as long as I live. I'm done with that. Well, then if you love me over there, come over here because you're never going to see me go live ever again on TikTok, ever. So you can check me out, Sup America, on my archaeology page. I will only do history, science, and archaeology there. All the politics here, fuck TikTok. That is my 9th account, and I'm not making it a 10th. 6, 7. Oh my God. I will never do a 10th account over there. Sorry, if you have to do that for freedom of speech, that's not freedom of speech. That's a piece of shit. What's up, Woodsman? So fuck TikTok once again before I get into the news. Follow me here. I will never do a live stream on TikTok again, and I will never, ever make a political video ever on TikTok ever again. Ever. Fuck that bullshit. Thank you, Mabel Cat. And I will never go back. Fuck them. So, I know the dopamine situation. What's up, April? I know the dopamine situation on TikTok is really bad, but they're fucking deranged. There is some kind of mental illness that has permeated TikTok. It's not worth our time. And so I would actually argue, and I know I still have the one account, but I don't want to put time in it. I know if I went back on TikTok, I could probably get another, 500,000 followers, but I don't want to make another account, make another brand, shuck 'em up and jive. Fuck all that. Thank you, It's Birdie. Holy shit, I love that. I've never seen that. So this is it. This is where we're going to be. And let's get into the news, because not only here on YouTube can I smoke and you can see what weed I have. So that's fun. But we can also show you videos. What's up, Katie Woods? But we can also show videos of the protests going on. And there are many that are starting. So like I said before, they didn't let me appeal. I was able to send feedback saying I didn't know why I was banned. And then that was it. So I responded to him twice and gave him the old TikTok report a problem. What's up, Mabel Cat? But I know for a fact they'll just tell me to fuck myself because it's TikTok. And I don't want to spend 7 or 8 more months. With the 7 or 8 months I could spend on TikTok and inevitably get banned by some psycho over there, which it's always the same, because liberals can do no wrong, then I might as well spend that time here on YouTube. And then, they did not tell me. I was banned for nothing. They didn't need no reason whatsoever. They just had a white screen that said, you're banned. Not even a reason this time. Just fuck you. So, like I said, that day is over. That day is over. You'll never see me go live on TikTok again. That is the end. Fuck TikTok. Suck my dick. You're not worth my time when I can do way better here on YouTube. It wasn't even hate. Yeah, I said, what did I say? That liberals in Minnesota that are protesting need to be put in a mental asylum. Because what these people do on TikTok is they get, literally, I've seen them where they scroll through, they have 30 fake accounts. I'll tell you who one of them is. It's a guy by the name of Martial Law. He's some hillbilly that lives in a trailer with stringy hair. That's one of the people that fucks with me. So if you want to know who that is, Martial Law, go find that piece of shit. Yeah, he's garbage. But yeah, you're not allowed to have, it's somebody that had their feelers hurt. So anyway, Minneapolis, Minnesota, let's get into the news. And after I tell you the news, I'll show you the videos of the protests on the ground here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Well, I'm not in Minneapolis, but you know what I'm saying. So subscribe here and check out my other videos. Yes, please, fuck that piece of shit. Because that's who it is. I had to block at least half a dozen of his accounts. And he's a conservative, but he says, well, if you like Israel, you're Mossad. He's one of those psychos. Anyway, and I like Israel, so I guess I'm Mossad. Anyway, anti-ICE crowds overwhelm a far-right rally and chase organizers through the city. What is meant to be a show of strength collapsed into chaos. January 17th, a tiny far-right rally led... Thank you, BG. Yeah! Oh, I've never seen that. That's awesome. Besides, the gifts here are cuter. Wouldn't you agree? So, January 17th, today, a tiny far-right rally led by Jake Lang was swarmed and driven out by hundreds of anti-ICE protesters. Lang, which I don't know much about him, a pardoned participant in the J6 riot, branded his event a Crusaders March to praise U.S. Immigrations and Customs Enforcement. During Donald Trump's hardline ICE crackdown, they went to City Hall and chanted anti-Islam slogans. They didn't last long. Video shows freezing cold streets erupting as counter-protesters hurled snowballs and frozen water balloons. Thank you, Allie. Oh, hell yeah. Look at the little corgi. Fuck yeah, I knew YouTube was better. He's got a sweater on. YouTube is great. Thank you, YouTube. And thank you, Allie. Lang's group, barely a dozen. Thank you, April, for the little thingamabob. Lang's protest that barely had a dozen people were swarmed by hundreds of ICE and anti-ICE and Antifa, shoving them, beating them. Thank you, U.S. Marine, and thank you, Gist. Hell yeah, what's up, Marine? What's up, Gist? Justin. Video shows freezing cold streets. Lang was chased for blocks as crowds shouted, "Fuck you, Nazi." Lang was chased, emerged bruises, bloodied. He later claims he was stabbed, stopped only by a protective vest, and thanked federal agents for shielding his group. Police stayed mostly hands-off, warning of crowd control only after Lang fled into his hotel. Thank you, Wanda. The clash sits on top of raw anger in the Twin Cities, where more than 2,500 ICE arrests and the federal shooting of Renee Good by a federal agent have ignited weeks of protest. Anti-ICE groups say immigrant communities are being terrorized. Lang and his allies say enforcement is necessary and blame the Biden immigration crisis. Online, the fallout is fierce. The right calls of their attackers a violent mob. Protesters say the rally was pure provocation, pointing to alleged threats to burn a Quran, which is protected speech. So I don't know what this is. Both sides claim victory, obviously, but as Trump's policies intensify, Minneapolis may be a warning of what's to come next. Now, that's by a couple of people that were at the rally that are posting that on Twitter. Now, this is winter time. And as you know, during the wintertime, protests are generally very light. So, what we're seeing, January, which is the middle of winter, are huge protests already starting, signaling that sometime coming up here, probably in spring or early summer, we will be getting a great deal of violence coming out of the city of Minneapolis and other cities. Thank you, JB. Now, is that expected? Is it good or is it bad? Now, a lot of people would say we want to get the immigrants that are illegal out of the country. Others would say that it's being done too harshly. Yet again, others would say that if you do that, you're supposed to shoot the people you think are enemy, and then there are other people say it's time to shoot those that are violent or anti-violent, whatever it is, anti-ICE. So we're getting 4 different styles of beliefs here. 4. So most people think you have a 2-party system. And when it comes to voting, you do, generally speaking. Thank you, JB. However, you actually have 4 systems of ideology that are permeating the United States political landscape. You have, and I'll just go over all of them. You have a far left system that basically says, kill your enemies if they're being racist or hateful, and install a new totalitarian system that goes after enemies that are against social justice, basically. Then you have what's called a middle left, which is like Bill Maher style liberals. And if you see Bill Maher style liberals, that's kind of like, we believe we can negotiate with the right, the left is going too far, but also MAGA is going too far. So that's your modern left. You have that divide, which is becoming more left-wing. They're winning. So on the right, you have MAGA, which is the hard, get everybody out, no quarter, go fuck yourself, blah, blah, blah. And then you have your middle right, which is they used to call them Rhino Republicans, but it's a weird mix because it's not the same. So you'll have people like Senator Rand Paul, which is generally more of a right-wing theorist, if you want to call it that, that's now on the same side as like Mitt Romney. So it's a weird break. And the weird thing is that as the left, if you want to call it that, gets more left-wing, the right becomes less MAGA. It's an odd thing. So the right wing is turning back into more like non-radical, Rhino Republicans, Bush-style type of Republicans where it's heavy capitalism with still like a mix of social justice. Okay, that's nice. But the liberals are doing what MAGA did, right? So MAGA was right-wing that went more, if you want to call it right-wing. Liberals are now making themselves left-wing MAGA, but they don't have a MAGA, so it's not Trump. So it's more of a like, the equivalent of MAGA is now the equivalent left-wing of the liberals. You see what I'm saying? So while the Republicans become more pussies, if you want to call it that. Now, how do I mean by the liberals are becoming more violent? All right? The conservatives are pulling back from MAGA, if you want to call it that. But MAGA that is on the right is becoming more vocal and open about their policies. Whereas the Republicans, the rhinos, if you want to call it that, the rhinos are, how do you want to say this? The rhinos are basically saying, well, maybe we need to form kind of a coalition with the liberals, but not the progressive liberals, the Bill Maher style liberals. You see what I'm saying? So when you have like the Bill Maher style liberals and then the Bush kind of fuck about Republicans, that's a whole political party, which is actually a growing political party, but people don't realize it because of their polarization and shit talking. So the Republicans believe, hell yeah, ban bailouts. The Republicans believe that MAGA is getting stronger because of the policy implementation, but it's actually not. But the liberals believe that their social progressivism is getting bigger and more popular because of Mom Donnie and the woman that's in mayor of Seattle and shit like that. But even the democratic socialism is not progressivism. Do you see what I'm talking about? So when you look at like Mom Donnie, who's liberal socialist, right? That's not the same as the protesters, we're going to beat the fuck out of you because you like Trump shit. Mom Donnie is more of a controlled leftist, if you want to call it that. Now, he didn't start out that way, but he's become that way. MAGA is not out of control, but the liberals parrot that it is out of control so they can have a right to attack you physically, which is what they're doing now in Minneapolis, Minnesota, with any opposition whatsoever. I know, Nana. So when you say, okay, we have liberal protests in Minneapolis, fantastic. Nobody gives a shit if you protest. You're allowed to do it. It's a form of patriotism. But then you have a conservative protest that says we're going to burn a Quran and you violently attack them. Now, you see, that's the problem because your side believes that you can attack somebody physically because of their belief system. You can't do that because now you've turned into a totalitarian. Well, burning a Quran is violence, but it's not physical violence. You see what I'm saying? It's not physical violence. So if I burn a Quran like these guys were trying to do, you can't attack somebody. They haven't harmed you. And you say, well, hold on a second. That is a form of violence, but it's not. It's not actually violence. It's mental violence you think is some form of physicality. It's not. But you mob together and beat the shit out of somebody because you don't like what they're saying. So that makes you a pile of shit. You're a violent psychopath. And then, in some cases, you've beat women. And I've seen you do it. So you say that you're for women's rights, but then you beat the shit out of a woman at a protest. So you have something wrong with you. You're not practicing what you preach. And then you're trying to justify your violence, what's up, America, by saying that you're harmful speech. You have to understand that the notion of harmful speech, as far as the physicality, needs to be removed from the table. You have to grow a skin that says, if someone calls me a sexual slur or a racial slur, I have to take it. I have to take that. I can't kick somebody's ass for calling me a racial slur or whatever. Well, why not? Because it's not a physicality. You see what I'm saying? Now, if somebody throws a rock at me, then I can beat the fuck out of you. You see the difference? So if I burn a Quran like this asshole, yes, it's mean, it's rude, it's stupid, it's obviously agitating. You can't kick anyone's ass ever. Yes, I can. I've been in many fights. Nevertheless, if I burn the Quran, that's not violence. If I take the Quran and fire and throw it at you, then that's a different story. You see what I'm saying? But people don't seem to understand that. They say, no, your words could, might, should, would, coulda, woulda, shoulda something. Yes, I was in the middle of a live stream, just gone. No reason given, just a white screen that said, fuck you, basically. So, if you could, contact TikTok, report a problem and say, bring this guy back. What the fuck is wrong with you? If anybody could do that, that would be very nice. If anybody out there gives a shit. Should I make a thing on the other account and say something? Tell them to contact me, like, bring it back. What the fuck is wrong with you? Anyway, thank you, Mabel Cat. Hell yeah. So like I said, thank you, Mabel Cat. I'll be here every night for live streams. I will not be on TikTok. And even if they do give my account back, I don't care. I will never do a live stream on TikTok ever again. That's the end of it. Fuck them. They are ridiculous nonsense. And that's it. So follow me on Sup America on TikTok. That's my, if anyone gives a shit, that's my archaeology account. Yeah, well, I need a brain first. Yeah, how about you go fuck off? I'm going to block you. Suck my asshole. How about you gain some sense of morality? Oh, wait, you don't have that because you don't believe anything. And that's another thing with getting, what? Oh, what's up, Birdie? How you doing? Hell yeah, thank you for being here. And you see, that's another thing I have to get into. The morality sense. The fact that most of you in this world have lost your morality. You believe that everything needs some pithy comeback and some violent response. It doesn't. It doesn't. Haven't you ever heard the term, what do they call that? If you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything. You apparently didn't have fathers that you respected. Oh yeah, I know most of you didn't have fathers. What am I talking about? It's America. Everybody's dad went out for fucking milk. So you never came back, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, that's the Minnesota thing that's going on. After the news I read, I'll let everybody watch the videos. Those are pretty hardcore on X right now. Also, we need to attack Iran. What's up, America? Iran, their government has murdered. Thank you, Allie. What's up, America? The Iranian government has murdered nearly 20,000 people, according to latest reports. Not a peep. What? What's Weem? I'm not on the Weem app. What's the Weem app? Yeah, there's a lot of people that stole my content from TikTok. I'm not on a lot of apps that people have, like, I'm not on Facebook. I'm not on Instagram. Hell yeah, Allie, thank you. I need to go on Instagram because that Keith went over there. I don't want to do Facebook, but I'm sick of TikTok, man. I'm fucking sick of it. Those fucking pieces of shit, man. There's something wrong with TikTok. Like, those people are out of their fucking minds. Like, to be fair, I know there's still the same troll bullshit on YouTube. It's just a given on this field, which if you noticed, I just don't even really pay attention, or I call them fuck faces. But on YouTube, the parameters are a little bit better. What I'm seeing on TikTok is a purposeful, like, how do I put this? When it comes to TikTok, Donald Trump kind of betrayed you on the app. All right? And I know it's because of liberal agitators with 50 different accounts attacking people. But Donald Trump promised that there would be free speech on TikTok and on social media. And there's not. There's not. And Donald Trump lied to you. And a lot of people say, well, wait a minute, he didn't really lie. Well, there's no protections. And this is every politician. And this is why, if you didn't notice, like I said, I supported Donald Trump. What's up, America? But you notice that I didn't really talk him up like I should. And the reason that is because all politicians are the same. They all just lie to you for votes. That's what they do. They just lie to you for votes. So if TikTok's a big deal, they'll say, Coke or Pepsi, which one? I don't know, whatever paid me last. What's up, America? Now, should speech be free? Of course, absolutely. Did he just jail? Yeah. Get to it yet. No, he's had plenty of time. Donald Trump, and this is my problem with Donald Trump, and I'll get into the news here in just a second. My issue with Donald Trump is he had a full year to do things like protect free speech, go after the Epstein files, not fuck with people with student loans, get prices down. And instead of doing a lot of good things for the American people, Donald Trump just kind of repaid the donors and got the billionaires richer. So the stock market went up, did a bunch of deals for AI. A lot of people are losing their jobs. Not many people are getting jobs. Can't do that because AI is taking all your jobs. So so you only have 4 years as a president. So each year really is something you need to do. You need to get into that. And the very fact of the matter that Trump took 25% of his presidential time here and just basically said, well, I'm going to make the billionaires as rich as possible because they'll reinvest. That same old trickle-down economic lie that Reagan told and all this. And it's just like, I'm done with it. So now you say, well, hold on a second. Now we have 3 years left of Trump. Okay. So now what are we going to do? We're going to help the American people out, right? We're going to be getting money for the American. We're going to have wages increase, right? We're going to do all that. No, we're not. Wages are barely increasing. Inflation's barely lower. Prices are not coming down in any sense. They keep touting that gas is cheaper, and it's the exact same price. It's $2.99 a gallon right down the road. Exact same price it was when Biden left. So nothing has changed here for me. Nothing at all. Zero, zip, zilch, nada. Nothing is cheaper. Nothing is better. The roads aren't better. Nothing. It's just nothing has happened. Nothing. So I'm supposed to sit here. All we got is restrictions on food stamps for people that were fucking robbing the system, and some innocent people got caught up, and now we get fucked with on our student loans now. So now they're going to garnish your wages if you owe student loans. Well, that didn't make my life any better. This all just made my life worse. There was supposed to be a Doge check. We haven't got it. There's supposed to be a tariff check. None of that's coming to fruition whatsoever. We've got riots in the streets, mainly because of left-wing agitators. But then deep down, if a liberal wins the next presidential term, it's not going to get any better. It's just going to continue the downslide. Nothing is going to make it better without a fundamental government shift. Just a shift in everything. And why is that? Hell yeah, Woodsman. Well, the liberals cannot possibly lead because they don't care about the American people. The conservatives can't possibly lead because they only give a shit about the wealthy. That's it. You don't have any recourse here. So the liberals will say, if you're an illegal, you get everything. If you're overseas, we'll commit to Ukraine, blah, 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 blah. Every single thing except helping the American people. They don't care. But then the conservatives say, well, if the billionaires are doing better, then we're all doing better. And that's not the case. That's bullshit. So the regular guy like you and me, we don't have any place to go. Right? We don't have any place to go. Nobody's lowering prices. The conservatives are talking about making billionaires richer and expanding companies. Thank you, Thank you, Alabama. But the liberals are talking about giving all of our stuff to people overseas and bringing in hordes of people, and we paid for it. AI, so it's like, okay, both of you fuck faces have shitty positions, goals. You both suck. I don't want liberals and I don't want conservatives. I hate you both. But I don't hate you as people. I hate your ideologies because you're both totalitarian fuck faces. I hate it. I can't stand it anymore. It makes me sick to my stomach to know that when Trump leaves, I'm either going to have to vote for J.D. Vance or I'm going to have to vote for some Bush-style Republican, or I'm going to get Gavin Newsom or some psycho progressive. So I don't have a choice. I don't have a John Everyman to vote for. I don't have some guy that's 48 years old, that's young actually, right? Me too, Nana. Hell yeah, thank you, Mabel Cat. I don't have anybody that's under the age of 60 to vote for that knows business, that doesn't want war, that actually wants to help people. None of that exists here. But then what's my alternative? Go to Canada where I'm a second-class citizen just because I'm a white male, or go anywhere else in the world where it's a pussy hair away from falling into a dumpster fire? Or do we stay here and try to fix this dumpster fire? Yeah, so spread the word. I'm only going to go live here on YouTube from now on. That's it. I'm done. So anybody that's here, tell everybody, come to YouTube. I'm only coming here. TikTok is terrible. Don't waste your time. It's so much better on YouTube. I know I've given them shit, but at least they're fair. But we have a lot going on in the world. Maybe it's time to admit that Donald Trump cannot control what's happening in the world. TikTok banned me. So I have so just for shits, follow my, what's up, Anthony? How you doing? Follow my TikTok account. Sup America. That's my archaeology account. I will never make political videos on TikTok ever again. I will only do they said they never gave me a reason. They just said banned, that's it. So I'll never go back. I'm only going to do lives here on YouTube at this account. So spread the word. Hello America Sup on YouTube or Sup America on TikTok, but I'm still not going live there. Only forever archaeology, history, and science videos and space videos. That's it. And then here for politics, that's it. So fuck TikTok. They're too soft. There's something wrong with people over there. TikTok is a piece of shit. So YouTube, I was giving him shit. But you know what? Fuck TikTok. Suck my dick. Oh, thank you, Anthony. Yeah. And who? Oh, thank you, Anthony, for the member. And of course, dude, thank you, Albert. I have like 8 samples on the way to do TikTok shop videos. And they're just like, nope. I'm like, dude, you can't be that reactionary. There's business involved, you stupid assholes. Like, Jesus Christ. These people are sending fucking me samples. I'm going to get them. And there's business involved. Do you understand that shit? Jesus. You can't just have some live moderator that's a psycho, that's reactionary, just flip a switch. That's insane. I mean, who the fuck does that? YouTube at least gives you warnings and shit. These people are just like, no, my pussy hurts. It's like, dude, that's not the way to run shit. Yo, I'm just not going to do live streams anymore. I'm going to do them here. I'm never going to do live because it's too dangerous. TikTok is too... So yeah, I can put it on X. But YouTube is much better. So come to YouTube. Hey, what's up, my friend? Hey, to be fair, the last time I was in Canada, I gave people free weed that I couldn't take across. And I even had a Canadian citizen say, oh, I guess not all Americans are that bad. I was like, see? I was like, I told you. And what's up, TMO? Thank you. It's like, I told you we're not all that bad. Not all of us suck Trump's penis. But we do want reform. We want, this is the reform we want. And I'm just going to speak plainly for everybody. We want the reform that the rich can lower their profits and the poor can actually make something. But we also want the reform to get rid of the social justice fucking psychosis. We're done with both of those things. All right? We're like, we get it. Black people were oppressed. Oh man, mercy. I didn't need to be told. I'm not uneducated. I went to grad school. You don't have to tell me about shit. But I also don't owe you anything. Do you understand that? I don't owe you anything. There doesn't need to be the psychotic level of social justice that you've attained recently. Pull that back a little bit. I don't want a country that's run on your skin color. I want merit-based. But I want everybody to have an opportunity. For instance, you shouldn't have the ability. I don't know you shit. Fuck you. You don't have the ability. You shouldn't have to get $50,000 student loans or $50,000. You should be able to have the college that's run by your tax dollars. Pay for it already. They're raping you. They're charging you. They're fisting you financially. And it's like there has to be a better way than just beating each other up for race, gender, and fucking where you came from. All this is stupid. Don't you understand? Hasn't anybody seen how dumbass this is? How fucking retarded this is? Thank you, bees. No, I don't know you shit. Suck my ass. I don't know you a motherfuck. I owe you jack and shit. How's that sound? Yeah, block that piece of shit. Oh, you shit. Go fuck yourself. I don't know you, a motherfucker. But you got to get out of the mentality like that guy right there was a racist black individual because they believe, oh yeah, no, nobody owes anybody anything. Get that shit out of your head. Nobody's going to give you a check. But frankly speaking, I'm about done with America here. All right? You people ruined this shit. We had a perfectly good situation. This country is ruined. This country is ruined. There's no fixing this. You had the media and politicians inflame race for votes, in my opinion. Now you can't stop the racial violence. Even if white people say we don't want it, you want to murder us. Fuck you, not all of them. But then you have the financial violence. The rich getting every single thing they desire. And the poor being fucked over at every behest. And nobody cares. And then when the poor say anything, you just laugh at them and tell them to work harder. Why? I mean, haven't you understood there's no gain anymore? AI is taking your jobs. You know how hard it is to find goddamn work? I mean, do you understand? There is I love her. I want Iran to be free, though. So, how do you function in this society? And then you have Trump, which is knowingly bringing in AI. Jobs are hemorrhaging. We only had 50,000 jobs last month. How the fuck are you supposed to live? Because there's no social safety net. They just call you a lazy slob. Oh, you want the government's help? You're just a lazy slob. But there's no goddamn jobs. So what the fuck are you supposed to do? Look, stop being a wimp. You can't work if there's no jobs, dumbass. If there's no jobs, then you can't be hired because they're all fucking gone from AI, then what are you supposed to do, dummy? What? Who are you supposed to work for when there's no one to work for? The robot? The quantum computer? They're not going to hire you. So what are you supposed to do, fuckface? Well, just work harder. That's not an option when there's no jobs, idiot. You can't work harder when there's no one to work for. This isn't one of those things where you just keep being persistent and eventually they'll hire you. That's coming to an end. That's coming to an end now. And so then what are you going to do? They banned me for no reason. They said nothing. They didn't give me any reason why. They just said bye. And that was it. And I'm like, okay, go fuck yourself, I guess. So I'm never going to do a live stream on TikTok ever again. I don't, I don't know why in God's green earth people even go there, except TikTok Shop. That was always fun. I thought it was fun. Maybe, I don't know. I thought it was hilarious. But whatever. You know what I'm saying? What are you going to do? Nevertheless, but you see, I work, so it doesn't matter. I would like to start playing games. Oh, yeah, now the only account that's on there is the Telegram one. So they got... Do you think they just fucking deleted it like they did the last time? Remember those assholes? They did the wrong fucking... Oh, my God. Anyway, what's up, America? So that's that. We just have to do better. We have to have a better system. And as much as I wanted Trump to do good, he's not like Biden, thank God. But at the same time, he's not really fixing much. I do have Clapper. I actually deleted the app off my phone about a week ago. I've never used it except, 3 videos or whatever? Anyway. Yeah, and it's just going to get worse out here. And I wonder what the situation's going to be when it comes to our livelihoods out here. Like, how are you going to survive when there's no jobs? Like, what are you supposed to do? How are you going to survive if there's no jobs out there to work for? When there's nobody to apply to? When there's no more education to have? When you're all tapped out? When you're at the end of the road? What are you supposed to do then? Can somebody give me, like, what's the next step here? What's the next step here? Right? I mean, are we going to still do this stupid thing where the government takes every job from AI, but they don't put any features to help people? I already went to grad school, right? So, like, if let's say Donald Trump ushers in AI to the point we already know it's going to be, all right? And then we lose 40% of our jobs. Let's just say that. So let's say, because they're figuring by 2027, by the end of 2027, we're going to be out 30% of our jobs due to AI and robotics. Now, that's a big percentage of your jobs. Losing 30% of your jobs, I don't give a fuck who you are or what bullshit you say, right? If you have 30% of your jobs stripped and there's no new ones replacing it, you're in a really bad spot. You're in a really bad spot. So, like, and then by the end of the next year, 40 to 50% of your job's gone. Okay, so what are you supposed to do? If you don't have a job, who are you or what are you supposed to work for? Like, what are you supposed to do? If you do have a job, but then the prices, they keep moving the goalposts, right? So then what are you supposed to do? How are you supposed to make ends meet when you're stagnant on wages, but the price keeps going up? Or you don't have a job and there's nobody to work. I talked to people on TikTok before that said they've been waiting 3, 5, 6, 8 months applying for jobs every single day with 1 or 2, maybe 3 callbacks, and it always goes to somebody else. So when this is all said and done, yeah, I'm not bald. Dude, do I look fucking bald to you? Anyway, when it's all said and done, what are you supposed to do? How are you going to do this? How are you going to play in this system? Then there's a lot of government surveillance that's going on. If you haven't noticed, all over America, there's flock camera systems and the license plate readers showing up all over America. Okay, well, what are you supposed to do in that situation? What are you supposed to do with that? So the government's not fixing the roads, but they're building surveillance, all in the name of stopping crime. But crime is getting worse. So it's just to watch you. It's a really weird time to be alive right now. All right, I'm not going to mince words, and you know it. It is a really weird time to be alive in America right now. You're being watched online and on the roads when you're driving around. They're tracking your phones. They're making files. They're watching what you say online. The jobs are being replaced by robots. The AI is taking your jobs. Your freedom of speech is being curtailed. The Russians are getting involved. The Chinese are getting involved. Taiwan's war might be coming up here. And all they care about is what comes out of your mouth. So in England, there's people stabbing each other on the streets, but they're going after people that are fucking saying things online. Archaeological discoveries are coming out that people haven't seen for years. The weather is getting wacky, but not as wacky as I figured. I don't really know where to go from here. Right? And part of me wants the world to end. All right, I'm just going to be real with you. I know that sounds fucked up. Part of me wants the world to just end and all this to be over. Or what's up, Dave? Or somebody to come in and change our fucked up system. Our government is so corrupt. Our politicians don't care. 1,000 people have the same amount of money that 300 million people have. Do you understand how terrible that is? Do you understand how terrible that is? 300 million people share the same amount of money that the top 1,000 motherfuckers have. Do you understand how sick that is? And we just keep going. We just keep going. I'm done. I hate it here. Right? I don't know what to do. I've been talking off and on social media of politics for 3 years on various platforms. I've been off and on for 15 years, and nothing has gotten better at all. Not one. The only thing that's been a little better is Trump rescheduled weed from fucking number 1 to number 3. Nothing else has gotten better. It's all gone downhill. That's it. Everything else sucks dick. And we try to make it through. We try to say, we're going to go like, I don't know, man. You know? Like, I could go back to TikTok and I could do the politics. I don't want to anymore. I want to talk archaeology and food and drinks. That's it. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of this bullshit. I mean, I'll still talk about it here on YouTube, but like, I don't want to be a part of this anymore. I just wanted to make money and fucking be able to get a house before I died so that my kids would have it when I died. That's the only reason I even went to TikTok. It was to try to pay off a couple of cars and live. And then hopefully get a house so when I die, I can bequeath it, giggity, over to my fucking children. And you can't even talk. Everything's a fucking offense. Everything's a crime. What happened to everybody? People have just grown up in this sickness that everything has to be offended. Everything's offense. Everything, accountability. You hold everybody accountable except the people that need to be held accountable. Yeah, I was here. Thank you for being here, my friend. So, the liberals, the conservatives, whatever it was, they go out there and they fucking say, we got to hold someone accountable. Some guy from Nebraska that's talking shit online, or some girl in New Jersey. We have to go after them with gusto. You make 30 accounts to take them down, but you don't give a shit about Epstein and those people that are fucking child molesters. You didn't give a fuck. You just fizzled out. You just gave up on arresting child molesters for the fucking Epstein files, but you'll get 30 accounts to go after someone on TikTok. I mean, what the fuck? Why don't you put the same effort in to child molesters? So what is wrong with you? Some of you people used to be a hero out there. You used to fight for something that wasn't just at the end of your dick. Well, I don't like what he's saying on TikTok. I'm going to get rid of him. There, see, you didn't do anything, you dumbass. All you did was just waste time. Great, you got a bunch of conservatives kicked off. Who gives a shit? You just wasted time. The child molesters are still getting away with their crimes. The government officials are still getting away with their crimes. They're still putting poisons in the food. And, so wait a minute. So 30 accounts to take down somebody, that's acceptable. But taking the time to stop child molesters or taking the time to get plastics out of your food, you can't be bothered with that. Got it. Really? That's fucking psychotic. That is horrible behavior. Each and every one of you has the ability to better the world by protesting a company or protesting a billionaire or protesting trying to get private prisons taken away. You just don't, because it's low-hanging fruit. And that's the sickest part. You can, but you don't. You can, but you don't. Why? Why? Thank you, my friend. Thank you, Eric. Why don't you do that? Why are you so involved with removing people's free speech, but you can't be giving the same effort to getting poisons out of your food and out of your fucking life and getting rid of horrible? No, it's okay here. So why can't we do that? Why? Because nobody wants to get wrapped up in it. It's too hard. It's too difficult. This is easy. And generally speaking, if it's easy, it's not worth doing, most cases. But what are we going to do here? Because let's look what's around the corner. Because I want to show you some videos at the end of this, of course. Don't forget to thumbs up and all that other shit. President Donald Trump is calling for an end of Ayatollah Khamenei's regime. Donald Trump says it's time to look for new leadership in Iran. He told Politico, as widespread protests are continuing, and you can see those on X. Now, the bigger question is do we go after Iran or do we not? I am in favor. Thank you, April. I am in favor of going after Iran. Because they kill women, and the one girl that didn't show her, or she didn't have her hijab on right, they raped her before they killed her. Their government is sick. Their government is twisted. Now, nobody else has the ability to stop them but America. Now, will that say to China, you can act in Taiwan because we've acted in Venezuela and Iran? I would say probably yes. I would say probably yes. And I would believe, yes, Jesus is king, by the way. I would believe that China will make a move because they see us as doing the ability to do this. What's up, America? So, do I care? That's the problem. At this point, no, not really. You want my honest opinion? If we blow up the Iranian government and the protesters take the country, I love it. Gen Z protest, fuck yeah. If China comes after Taiwan, oh well. Well, what? Because I have a different opinion about nationalist China versus the communists. So, oh well. And well, what about the world order? If anything that everybody has to take away here, right? You have to understand that the world order always changes. So this notion that some of you have that the borders will always stay the same, the countries will always stay the same, the governments will always, it'll always be on the side of good. No, that's not how it works. The governments will change, the borders will change, capitals will become different. This is how life works. This is the realities of the situation. You have empires come and go. Some last longer than others. There's brutalities. There's civil wars in places you didn't think. There's killings. There's genocides. These things happen as a matter of course throughout the sustaining history of the world. And it will not be quelled by you and your protests, nor will your polluting or anything you do ever really mean anything, because it will always find a way to go in an even flow pattern. What's up, America? And that's how we are right now. We're in an even flow. You had the evil of World War II take over before that, back in the 20s and 30s, when the Japanese nationalists came out, that you had the Civil War in China, you had the Nazis come around, the communists were murdering people, the colonial powers, blah, blah, blah. Then the darkness took over and the forces of evil were allowed to spread across the world. Killing and murder and death and empire reigned supreme. Then seemingly was over. The United States and the Russians saved the day, but then there was a muddling of it, with the Russians oppressing, with the West doing their thing. And then there was a bright, and then it came back with the worlds of the War of the Worlds. Vietnam, all the way through the 80s, the 90s, up to 9/11, when darkness showed itself once again, leading into the wars of terror that just now ended, as now the world of darkness is upon the United States and the world once again. With the Russian invasion of the Ukraine, with the Chinese buildup to take over the Pacific, with the Chinese Belt and Road Initiative linking the world, the oppression by the EU, trying to have people arrested for their speech and going after speech more than giving a shit about their countries. The fall of the West, with the people from the Middle East forcibly coming into Europe, changing long forever the demographics of Europe. The United States falling into political corruption. Canada tearing itself apart. South America being piecemealed between the West and the East. And I've talked about this for a long time. The world is in 3 regional powers right now. The United States, which is on the decline. China, which is on the rise. And the Russians, which is plateauing with death and misery because of the war. So you have 3 central powers that are now carving the world up. Europe does not want to be part of America, but they're too weak, so they're selling out to China. And some falling into our sphere, which is not many. Certainly not Denmark and Greenland. You've seen where their loyalties lie. So China is also coming into Canada. China's not getting a good deal from Canada's not getting a good deal from the United States. So Canada's now signaling a shift to China. So Prime Minister Mark Carney has a new approach to Canada's foreign policy, and we would take the world as it is if we wish it to be. He also struck a deal with Chinese automakers and Chinese security firms. So that's a big shift. The deal we see Canada to ease tariffs on Chinese electric vehicles. And therefore, Canada will be doing business with China instead of the United States. Now, this is how it was always going to be. Because even with tariffs, you can't backdoor other countries. Yeah, I'm in America. I'm in Indiana. Experts told the BBC News the move represents a significant shift in Canada's policy on China, one that's shaped by ongoing uncertainty with the United States, its largest trade partner. The Prime Minister is saying essentially that Canada has agency too, and that it's not going to just sit and wait for the United States to stop playing with its dick. A Washington-based trade advisor. And what did you expect was going to happen? Of course, the United States would eventually run out of fucking clout with this. The world has changed. Canada's relationship with China has become more predictable than its relationship with the United States. Mom. And that is, I know nothing, what? And that's what's going on right here. So, Minneapolis, Minnesota, I want your opinion on that. Yes, they did. They banned me. So, if anybody can go contact TikTok and ask them to bring me back, that would be nice, since I do have brand deals that I have to fucking oblige, and TikTok just, with no violations, just banned me. So it's like, dude, I have business dealings. Are you fucked up or something? I have like contracts here. We got like, what are you doing? So if you could please contact TikTok. What is she sending me? You're live on my live right now. What's up, JR Buckle? Follow JR Buckle. Awesome. By the way, follow my second account. But I will never do politics on TikTok ever again. That's a given. So you'll never see that again. Nor will you see me go live there. I will go live if it's about archaeology. That's it. So I'll give you that. I'm not ever going to talk politics on TikTok ever again. So come here to YouTube. Hello, America, sup. But if you want to, contact TikTok and say, hey, bring this fuckface back. It'd be really nice. Anyway, Minneapolis, Minnesota, of course, is under attack right now. The protests are going on. We need to talk about that. I'm, as you know, in favor of going after Iran because fuck those assholes. They deserve to be, their government deserves to be killed. And more than 1 million Chinese that were citizens that are now here can now legally vote. So, and Ilhan Omar is kind of a piece of shit. Gino is in my live. What's up, Gino? Yeah. So I will not, unless TikTok decides that they want to stop being assholes, I don't want to go back to TikTok because kind of fuck them. So Minneapolis is declaring rebellion. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you what's going on in Minneapolis. So we're going to show the protests going on there. My voice hurts here. So by the way, assholes from, thank you for making my life difficult now. That's nice. Thank you for making my life difficult. That'll be fun. Are we going to be able to live, honey? You think so? My job gonna pay enough? What little there is. So I'm gonna turn off my music that I've made, by the way. And this is entitled S. Patterson is lying in wait. Oh, what's up, America? How you doing? So sorry about the fucked up, like it's way better on here. I don't know how to make my computer look better. But let's see what Minneapolis is doing because usually these types of protests don't start until winter or summer. What? You want to smoke that other joint? Here is Jake Long being attacked. Now to be... Me too, Ashley. Now there he's bleeding. Thank you, S. Patterson. Home from work in Kansas. So it's clear that at some point there's going to be an attack from these people, right? Like this guy's already been stabbed. But it's clear coming up here that there's going to be some type of attack, right? So like Charlie Kirk was murdered. This guy, I don't know anything about him. He's being fucked with. I'm not really seeing America as kind of a nice place anymore. There's too many assholes here. People are not friendly in America. And I'm not going to lie. People are very angry and mean. And I don't understand why. Here's a right-wing person being attacked. All right, that's Pakistani's television. That's funny. So I just want to know, like, where's this going to all end? Does anybody tell me? My TikTok account was banned with no warning and no violations. And they gave me no reason. And that's what they did. And it's all because I was talking shit about these ICE protests. That's what I believe. I've been stalked recently by liberal agitators. Every single live stream the last, week? I've had people 30 accounts false reporting me and shit. So I literally read from news stories that are on so I generally don't take a political position. I generally just read news stories. And so I was reading news stories again, and yelling about politics, and then it was like, no, yeah. So if you could contact TikTok and tell them to turn me back on. This guy right here, this is the people in Minnesota that told the guy he was wearing an American flag shirt. They told him to take it off, or they were because he was a Nazi. They banned your wife? The fuck? So that guy... Oh, no, this is the one where they knocked him down and beat him up, but he wasn't even ice. I mean, look at these fucking violent assholes. You hear that? He's one of us, and they beat his ass anyway. Stupid fucks. How do we know? Who had to get run out? We don't trust anybody. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no. Dude, I have brand deals. I have brand deals that I have to fucking deal with. And so I've got like 8 samples from TikTok Shop coming. And they fucking are like, no, banned. I'm like, dude, TikTok, you're too fucking reactionary, you psychos. So there's another angle of the guy that was beat up, even though he was a pro or an anti-ICE protester. What a bunch of fuck-ups. God damn. I'm trying to find a specific video. Here it is. This guy right here. That guy right there, the Indian dude that's being roughed up. He's wearing an American flag shirt. And they're saying, take it off or we're going to beat you up. So he has to take off his freedom jacket. See how fucking sick that is? You see how sick that is? So he's not allowed to wear an America flag freedom shirt because that's offensive. However, here's ICE confronting a disabled person.
Do not break my fucking window. Get out of the car. Put the car parked. Get out of the car. Put the car parked. Get out of the car.
Goddamn. Bitch ass. Yeah, they do. TikTok's a piece of shit, man. I'm done with their fucking bitch asses. You move, I'll tase you. Get the fuck out of the car. You heard that, right? Yeah, and that's the thing. That's what I was bitching about. Donald Trump said that he was gonna protect conservatives, and the only thing that's happened is they attack. So Trump's done nothing. So I'm very upset about Trump's progress. I'm going to have to contact the White House again. But I don't want to go back to TikTok. I don't like them. Don't forget to thumbs up, become a member if you'd like. I've got memberships here.
Look at the way you're dressed. What the fuck? This is Minnesota.
And?
What are you doing? What are you doing?
This is like NPC banter in fucking GTA 5, I swear to God. I know, and that's what I'm pissed off about.
Lift your fly up.
Oh, oh, he's got his barn door open. No shit.
Yeah, pull your fly up.
Really?
Let's do some uniform checks here. Excuse me. Let's
Oh, that's funny shit.
uniform check. His fly was down.
Take it easy, Nancy.
Fucking buckle it down with either. Let's see. Check their flies. Make sure their flies are up.
I mean, I know they're protesting. This dude's fucking.
Look at the way you're dressed.
That's fucked up, isn't it? So let's see what we got here. I don't want to put up any YouTube shit. I always thought that was jank. I know what to do, but I don't want to. All the live streams are YouTube. This fucking YouTube too? No, this isn't YouTube.
That's why we want to have a secure border and make sure who's coming in, verify and vet people. Do you think be law abiding?
Portland and Minneapolis, of course.
And you know what?
There's just some go staring at the camera. Hey, what's up, America? How you doing?
And you know what? Trump has made comments to this very effect that's something that we can maybe look into to find a place that person ventured illegally for however many years or decades.
Okay. What do you want from me? 2,900 activists killed in Iran. That's what I really want to show you right here. So in Iran, we have a lot going on, but we're still having killings in Iran. And so if Donald Trump wants to do anything, now here's 25 seconds ago, Iran conducts its first intercontinental ballistic missile test with Russian approval. The mission was launched towards Siberia. So there's Iran testing their horse shit. So that's fun. Yep, Allah Akbar. But let's see what's been going on, because here is 9 hours ago. These are, remember in Iran, it's difficult getting videos. So these are the protests in Iran, still going on today. So obviously the Ayatollah Khomeini should not be leading whatsoever. Ayatollah Khomeini's a piece of shit. He needs to be deposed immediately. Here's some images of the body bags of the dead. Just so you know what we're dealing with here. A lot of people, some people have seen it. Some people haven't. This is pro-Iran in Toronto. Not bad. I gotta hand it to Toronto. Their city may suck ass, but they got a lot of people protesting on the right side there. So that's nice. This was Toronto today, pro-Iran. If you need to head south, I need to head down to fucking, Mexico, man. So this is Kansas, Toronto right now. Once again, is this Toronto? I think is that Toronto? No, that's in Iran right now. How is this? Oh, no, it's Toronto. It's Toronto. Nice. This is today. Very nice. And this was, no, that was in June. So as you can tell, they've been protesting on and off for quite some time. But I just wanted to show you those, and then we'll get back to the news real quick. I'm still learning all the shit here on YouTube. I don't really know how to do very much here on YouTube. So if anybody can tell me or tutorialize me, that would be absolutely fantastic. Whatever. It's a new platform, new thing. Look at Detroit. Isn't that nice? Detroit at night. So let's get back to the news. As you know, I read the news stories. So if you don't like what I'm saying, don't talk shit to me. Talk shit to the news, because I read the news stories and I don't mince words. And what they say is what I say. So here's a piece of information you may need to hear. The Supreme Court is going to be listening to a Bayer case for immunity for lawsuits against pesticides. To receive donation. Oh, very nice. What is it? To receive donations. Is it, what's the one called? Patreon?
Yeah.
Oh, Patreon?
No.
Oh, something like that. The Supreme Court has agreed to hear Bayer/Monsanto's case for partial immunity from lawsuits claiming damages from exposure to Roundup weed killer, which contains the chemical glyphosate. Glyphosate. Roundup is one of America's most widely used pesticides. Since 1974, 1.6 billion kilograms of glyphosate have been used in the United States. As a result, the majority of Americans are exposed to chemicals and have detectable levels of glyphosate in their tissue. A large-scale study of glyphosate in urine samples was carried out, and 80% of Americans over the age of 6 had detectable levels. Numerous studies have linked it to cancer, negative reproductive effects, and other chronic health issues. However, they are going to the Supreme Court to decide, saying that they want immunity so that nobody can sue Bayer/Monsanto because of that, which is absolutely bullshit. Hey, what's up, Jay? Dude, I love it. But Jay, there's big money to be had in TikTok, but politics, man, don't do politics. So I'm going to, like tonight, I'm going to do archaeology videos, space videos, never politics again. I'm done with it because it's too strenuous. You got to do it over here. They hate politics. They hate people that do it. So the National Guard is now deployed in Minneapolis amid ongoing riots. Waltz orders a stand down potentially. Rashida Tlaib goes crazy over America, saying she hates us. And people are now calling for the Insurrection Act to be introduced in Minnesota to stop the leftist radicals. Donald Trump lashes out at leftists, saying radical left insurrectionists who legally ran the Biden, say that they ran the Biden administration. That's what Trump says. And of course, Trump introduces whole milk and 2% milk back to schools. Zohran Mamdani announces confiscation of private property. New York Mayor Zohran Mamdani has announced city authorities may attempt to confiscate private property if landlords fail to abide by housing code. He already said that. We knew that. Quote, "We want to make it clear to everyone in the city that no one is above the law. If you're a landlord violating the law, this administration will hold you to account." Mamdani was speaking from Jackson Heights, where he announced a $2.1 million settlement with A&E Real Estate, which owns 14 buildings in Brooklyn, Manhattan, and Queens, housing 750 people. Mamdani was asked by a reporter why the city hadn't simply taken over the building. Quote, the intended outcome is safety and well-being of tenants. That's what we are driven towards. The settlement announced today requires A&E Real Estate to pay this money to fix 4,000 violations across its buildings and includes an injunction to prohibit A&E from harassing tenants. Okay, so far, I've seen Zohran Mamdani do 2 bad things and 2 good things. Executive Orders 9 and 10 in New York City were good. However, the private property thing and the American, or the housing czar, if you want to call her that, are bad. So it's kind of a mixed bag with Zohran Mamdani so far. I'm not going to give it any big credence, I guess. I mean, I could wait and see. Probably going to wait and see. Don't really know if he's going to be the best for New York City, but maybe he's not going to be the worst. Well, what's up, America? How you doing? Oh, dude, the electric bill is going to kiss my ass. And then, of course, they banned my TikTok account. So then that's my second stream of income. That's gone now. So whichever left-wing douchebag did that, karma's a bitch, fuckface. And I will seek my revenge. I know pretty much you already did it. It's only one of 2 or 3 people. I mean, come on, I'm not stupid. So, what's up, America? So they nuked my account on TikTok, so I'm here. And like I said, politics and what's the other thing called? Politics and live streams will be here on YouTube. I will never do a live stream on TikTok again, nor will I put up political content. Here is a person. I'm watching a video right now of 3 guys with computers making AI shit on 150 TikTok accounts. Seriously, Jay? Yeah, dude, they're psycho. They banned me for no reason. They didn't even give me a reason. They were just like, nope, fuck you. Just a white screen that says I was banned. Not even a reason, nothing. So look at this. This guy right here is posting on X. I just hired 3 interns to upload AI slop on 150 TikTok accounts. We're sitting on $37,000 a month so far. So this is what we're doing on TikTok. And I'm not doing it, but this guy here, 3 interns, they're sitting there making AI slop. So these people have 150 TikTok accounts. So you have to understand that, in my opinion, these people, these corporations, like YouTube, not necessarily YouTube, I don't know what their wiggle is yet, but TikTok and all these other places are opening up AI because they don't want to pay you. They would rather pay somebody in Malaysia making fake fucking bullshit AI shit because they don't want you to talk. They don't want creators. The era of like people talking, like, how do I put it to you? There's a program that's making 3,000 podcasts a month. What's up, Corey? There's a program making 3,000 podcasts a month that are all AI. And it has half as many as Joe Rogan. All right? YouTube is full of faceless AI shit. TikTok is full of useless AI shit. And what are they going to do? They're going to pay those people. They don't want creators because creators take a lot of effort in dealing with, and they just want to automate everything. Get rid of everybody and just you put up AI garbage and you get paid for it. And then they fucking, it's lazy. It's diarrhea. And frankly, I don't want to watch AI shit. I don't watch AI content. I just don't. I don't like it. I think it's garbage. I think it's Like, I understand if you were going to say, hey, AI, I want you to develop a table that's metal and wood, and I want you to make that so that I can, design it myself. So an AI makes a table, and it looks a certain way, and then you use that as a template to build something in real life. I actually saw that on TikTok where there was a person, it was a mug made out of stone that was all books, different layers, and somebody actually took that AI and turned it into something real, and they're selling it. That's a good invention. I like that. But the creation of political content, the creation of content that you're supposed to actually make in real life, it's not good. And I don't know, man. I'm kind of thinking like the era is over. You know what I'm saying? The era is over, starting to become over of, how do I put this, of people talk. And the reason it's not good is because there's nothing, and like I said, if you take an industry away, it's just another thing that's being relinquished from you, with AI taking all your jobs. So AI takes your jobs. You can't work at a factory. You can't do anything. No jobs. So then robots take the other jobs. So then you say, well, I can be a content creator. Well, now robots took your jobs. So what are you supposed to do for anything? Just be homeless? Just be homeless? You can't find a job? You can't look for a job? There's nobody that'll hire you because it's AI shit? You owe a bunch of money in student loans you can't pay, and you can't be a content creator, and you can't do, so what are you supposed to do? Be homeless? Starve? I don't know. I don't know what you're supposed to do exactly. It seems to be, the rollout of AI into the real world seems to be very sloppy. Very sloppy. Like they introduced all this AI shit, and they say, well, but we don't want to help. You just have to work harder. We don't want to help you. We don't want to give you money to live. We want to take all your jobs, but we don't want to do anything to help you live. But then you say, well, if the government pays us, then we're a bunch of lazy slob socialists. But if we can't find a job, then we're a bunch of lazy slobs. So, where is the soft point here? Where is the soft place to land? I guess that's what I'm asking. Where is the bright spot, the good point? Where is the good part of all this? With AI, where is the good here? Where's the beef? So, I just want to have a light at the end of the tunnel, man. And I'm not seeing it. You know what I mean? Costa Rica, no shit, man. Tell me about it. Anyway, I'll get off here, I guess, right? I got to shave anyway. So, I guess follow me on TikTok, Sup America. It's got 63,000 or something. Follow me there. And then follow me, Hello America, or no, that's gone now. Follow me here on YouTube. So subscribe here. And it looks like all my political videos are going to be here. So that's just what it is. So if you like my political videos on TikTok, those are gone. So they'll be here. By the way, TikTok, thank you for stealing my family videos of us in New York. So that's fun. Suck my dick. And that's it. So Don't forget to subscribe, share, like, hit the notification button, and we will be back tomorrow. I'm going to start putting political videos here on YouTube, and then it looks like I will be doing archaeology videos on TikTok, on Sup America, and then I will be they just banned me for no violations. They just, in the middle of a live stream, said, accounts permanently banned. And I've had that happen 9 times now. I can only download like parts of data. They won't, So I've been banned 9 times, so there's no point in putting any effort into TikTok. Because why? Who gives a shit? Right? It's worthless. It's useless. So no reason to post anything on TikTok. So I have my archaeology account. I'll post those videos, but all the politics, don't post politics on TikTok. Well, I had so many, I've deleted a lot. But do not post videos to TikTok at all. Not politics anyway. That's my, it was money. It was nice. What is it, right? But here we are, and I'd rather spend, because if I start a new account on TikTok, 7 months from now, they'll just ban it anyway. They always do. It's just, am I right? Every time. So there's no point in dealing with it. So in the 7 months of effort I could waste there, that's going to inevitably be banned anyway, I might as well waste it here in hopes that I don't. So whatever. Anyway, thumbs up the stream if you can. Thumbs up to 100 if possible. I would like to tell YouTube, hey, I got 100 thumbs up, so that's nice. If not, whatever. But yeah, I make my music in the background, and I smoke weed a lot. That's my answer to that. So I'll get off here. It is 10. That's it, 10:41. Nice. So I'll get off here and I'll start doing archaeology videos on TikTok only. And then I'm going to do all the politics here. So I'll probably upload my videos for the day here. And then I will, thank you, Cherry or Cheney. So I'll probably upload all my videos for the day here. And then I will start anew on YouTube. So TikTok, suck my fucking dick and subscribe to this page. And I'll see you tomorrow, whether you're here or not.